Hi, this is Michael, and we're looking at the Aussie dollar chart again. So, as expected, wave E, presumably wave E, came down to retest the dashed line somewhere in between the break of the 69-cent wave E and potentially, I don't know if that's important at all at this stage. Yeah, just a small wave E, weak 5-wave move. I believe we're starting to see a move up now. The only thing is, well, like I mentioned before, if this is going to be anything like a correction for what could be a incoming wave D, if it's not completed, we can't really see a break of the highs. That idea would be scrapped, and we would just continue higher. That would be my view. In terms of a pullback, if this was to go lower, well, it's kind of breaking through that area now. And the higher it goes, obviously, the less likely it will come back down. The only thing that could potentially make you feel like it might is the length, the weakness in this wave after the correction. So we saw a move up last night, an A, B, C, D, E, and then we broke that start of wave E at a small degree. So moving higher, like if you did take the length of the first move and did extrapolate it from the end of that wave E, I mean, you'd go so high that you'd probably already just, barking up the wrong tree thinking that it's going to come back down. If it would have just been like a wave, like a zigzag pattern to here, perhaps, maybe, but that's not the case. So my opinion is that this keeps going higher from here, and we start to see more impulsive wave 3 price action to the upside. And I don't think there's any more resistance at this point. I think we have basically clear skies ready for that move higher that I'm anticipating. I'm also anticipating the Dow Jones moving higher as well. So during this time, we are going to see a bullish move, but that bullish move will then be followed by a very sharp and deep decline in currencies and the stock market. So at this point in time, I'm still keeping a close eye to see how this will impact cryptos. I am basically building a thesis as to what could be going on, but that's still ongoing for now until I see a little bit more price action and analyze a few more things. But all in all, this move is looking pretty good. In general, it's starting to show its teeth a little. It will definitely be doing more of that once it cracks the highs, and also once it just impulsively breaks higher. The dollar index at this stage is looking like it will continue to decline. It did come back to retest a break of wave E, as these things tend to do. And then now it looks like we're ready to basically continue lower. I believe this is wave 3 down for the US dollar. So if that's the case, that would explain the rally that's incoming for the Dow Jones and the Aussie dollar. Of course, that includes the euro. I just haven't been covering as much. I may get around to that. Time is limited. But just all in all, if you just think about it like this, right? If I'm expecting a massive rally in the US dollar, right, that's going to coincide with one 5-wave move down and then a huge 5-wave move up that surpasses the highs and continues further and further. So that there is really fits with the idea of Dow Jones up for a bit and then big crash. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you need to see those videos. It's all lined out. I explain everything of what I believe is happening. We really just need to see more price action there, but you can see that's already starting to roll over. There is really nothing to suggest this is going to bounce or anything. It's not a 5-wave move. It's a 1, 2, 1, 2 subdivision, with wave 3 about to drop considerably lower. Okay, so that's the US dollar, just a bit of a snapshot there. But in terms of, what we're seeing here, Aussie dollar just getting ready to basically explode higher. When you look at it from a daily perspective, it doesn't look like much. But when you're really just paying attention to the waves properly, everything kind of starts to make sense and lines up perfectly with the waves, which repeat over and over and over again fractally. The trick is to just know what the pattern is at every degree, how each wave subdivides and creates the next pattern and moves on to the next and the next and the next. So knowing the past helps you know the future, in terms of the waves. In terms of human behavior, well, that repeats all the time and it's pretty predictable, so it kind of makes sense. These things repeat over time. But we're in one point in time where we're observing these pretty insane things going on in the world with fundamentals, as well as, geopolitical and with modern monetary policies, and all these different types of things like interest rate hikes, and just basically the supply chain disruptions and pandemics, and there's just so many different things going on that, yeah, it just makes the markets more interesting. I really just don't pay attention to the news at all, but it's interesting to see how right now a lot of people are still very bearish. So to me, I take the opposite view and shoot for the stars. Whenever I see opportunity, I will post ideas. So hopefully this continues higher, and I'll catch you in the next one.